Lesson 12, Everyday Minor Problems. Hello and welcome to this lesson. Today, we are going to learn useful vocabulary for talking about minor problems at home, everyday injuries, lost objects, damaged belongings, and things that suddenly stop working. A. Things that go wrong in houses and flats. A pipe that allows water to escape is leaking. For example, this pipe is leaking. Glass can smash when it is hit with enough force. For example, he kicked the football too hard, and it smashed a window. When an object has a line of damage in its surface, but has not completely broken into separate pieces, it is cracked. For example, this pot is cracked. When batteries no longer have any power, we can say that they have run out or are dead. For example, the batteries in the torch have run out. I will have to get some more. We can also say, the batteries in the torch are dead. If a small piece has broken away from the edge of a cup or another object, it is chipped. For example, I am sorry. Your cup is chipped. Let me get you another one. When the electricity supply suddenly stops, there has been a power cut. For example, the lights are not working because there has been a power cut. When something becomes separated from the object to which it was attached, it may come off or fall off. For example, the door handle has come off. We can also say, the door handle has fallen off. When a machine stops operating because of a fault, it breaks down. For example, the washing machine broke down the other day. Something soft or fragile can get crushed when a heavy object presses against it. For example, I am sorry. The biscuits were at the bottom of my bag and they got crushed by the potatoes. When a computer keeps crashing, it repeatedly stops working unexpectedly. For example, my computer keeps crashing today. B. Everyday minor injuries. You can twist your ankle if your foot turns suddenly in an uncomfortable direction. For example, she twisted her ankle while coming down the stairs. To bump your head or bang your head means to hit it accidentally against something. For example, I bumped my head against the cupboard door and got a bruise. We can also say, I banged my head against the cupboard door. A bruise is a dark area that appears on the skin after you hurt yourself. To trip means to hit your foot against something and almost fall. For example, Kelly tripped and fell down this morning. To graze your knee means to damage the surface of the skin so that it becomes red and slightly broken without bleeding. For example, Kelly tripped, fell down, and grazed her knee this morning. C. Other everyday minor problems. To mislay something means to put it somewhere and then be unable to find it. For example, I have mislaid my memory stick. Have you seen it anywhere? To spill something means to accidentally allow a liquid to fall out of its container. For example, she spilled some coffee on the carpet. I hope it does not leave a stain. A stain is a mark that may remain permanently on a surface or material. When a sink is blocked, the water cannot flow away properly. For example, the sink is blocked. To dent a car means to bend a small part of its metal surface by hitting it. For example, I am afraid I have dented your car. I am really sorry. I will pay for the repairs. Sometimes a device simply stops working. For example, my mouse has stopped working. It could be a software problem. To lock yourself out means to leave a place without being able to get back inside because the door is locked. For example, I have locked myself out. Can I use your phone to ring my wife? A car that will not start may have a minor mechanical or electrical problem. One possibility is that the battery is flat. For example, the car will not start. I hope it is nothing serious. Perhaps the battery is flat. A clock may be slow, fast, or stopped. A slow clock shows a time that is earlier than the correct time, while a fast clock shows a later time. For example, the kitchen clock is slow. What time did you make it? We could also say, the kitchen clock is fast. Or, the kitchen clock has stopped. Language help. Words with more than one word class. Words often belong to more than one word class. Several words in this lesson can be used both as verbs and as countable nouns. These words include flood, crack, chip, bump, bang, bruise, graze, dent, stain, and lock. For example, crack can describe the action of damaging something, but a crack is the damaged line itself. In the same way, bruise can describe what happens to the skin, while a bruise is the mark that appears afterwards. It is useful to make a special note whenever a word can belong to more than one word class.